Well, on today's episode, we have a special interview with the Euro Theatre. Welcome aboard, welcome to the show. Thanks for being here.
James, thanks for having me, mate.
Well, we want to know more about what you do. What is the Euro Theatre?
The Euro Theatre is a synth-wave project of mine. It's kind of like a tribute to the 80s sound and visuals that I incorporate in my live shows, as well as online on YouTube and Facebook. And yeah, so I write a lot of tracks that have that original 80s sound, and which these days is kind of labelled as synthwave. But there's also a whole range of like dark wave,
Yes.
New retro wave. There's a whole lot of things that have come up over the years.
So, what inspired you to create the type of music that you do?
I've always loved synth pop 80s style music. I've got two older sisters that when I was as a kid they had music on, whether it be Duran Duran and Aha and a whole lot of things I was listening to as a kid without really knowing. I guess it was more subconscious, and I come more from a 90s sort of, Pearl Jam, U2, 90s background, and I'm in a rock band. I've been in a rock band for a long time, and it's always been my main project. But a few years ago, our drummer had broken his finger, and it just gave me an opportunity to have some time off. And I had written just this track called Tribute, as well as Perfecto, which was the first single, but I just sort of pieced together this electronic little project, and I didn't really have much of an intention to release anything. But when I played it to Michael, who's the drummer of the band I'm in called King George, he said, why don't you just release the track? It's he thought it had potential. So I just went with a feel of what I was doing, and released it. And then it sort of took off unexpectedly. A project that was supposed to be one or two tracks, a year or so later, I had an album come out. So it kind of just grew. It took me by surprise, really. I didn't expect the response that I had out there.
That's the best thing, when you don't need to put so much hard work into something and it just all naturally unfolds and just all comes out nice and easy is just the best thing. And you want to make something that people love, and if you're making something and it's awesome and people are just like, wow, it's just going to inspire you and encourage you to do more. And you might have not even thought at first that anyone wanted to like it or even get into it.
No, yeah. I didn't, and especially that song Tribute. It was pretty much a demo quality. The vocals are pretty poor effort, and I had to kind of unexpectedly took off online, and people were resharing the clip, and I had to really just scramble to get the song out online, onto Apple Music and everywhere else. So it just goes to show. You just never know what people like.
Well, the way I discovered you was I saw you on a Facebook page which was called Laser Highway, and I saw you doing a live show there. You were playing your guitar and your keyboards, and you had some, I reckon, 6 or 7 TVs behind you, which we will see a clip on this episode of you doing a live show. When I saw that, I was just like, wow, that's really different, and I've never ever seen anyone perform with so many TVs before, but also have some really cool visuals behind you using clips from 80s movies in the various songs. So why don't you explain to me where that idea came about, using video clips and making it a visual experience as well with the music?
The online, I guess what you saw, I think that might have been a KMC showcase online for a Japanese festival.
You're right. Yes.
But Laser Highway has been, I've been very lucky to play Laser Highway twice at Luke Bar, and I'm very grateful for the recognition that Christian Turretonen has had to get me on there. But the what I was able to do this year, I guess the situation we are with COVID, I was in a situation where I actually had to stream live from a studio. So that is really pretty much a tribute to, I don't know if you're aware of U2's Zoo TV tour that took place in the early 90s.
Okay.
And I was only a kid. I was lucky enough to go to that gig at the MCG with my older sisters. And that live show had 1 million TVs and the band was playing underneath, and it always was a tour that just captivated me. And I wanted to do a bit of a tribute to that, as well as, but then obviously it's incorporating all of the songs I've written and the ones I've released, and sync them behind me. So I wanted to create like a visual sort of wall of it, because I don't find myself very interested in this project, very interesting to look at playing, and on the keyboard. It really is about the music and, the linking of the visuals, because a lot of the songs come out of me watching some of those films, and I go away and I just get caught up in things.
So how long have you been doing the Euro Theatre, and what are some of the highlights that you have experienced through that time?
I think I've been doing the Euro Theatre since around 2015, or the second half of 2015, I think. And I guess the highlights for me is I've been, lucky enough to be able to, create some electronic style music and really put a piece of me in it, as well as linking it to the visuals, but then being able to play live. And early on, I was lucky enough to take it to do an Australian tour in some really cool venues, and then also be able to, in 2019, I went to Japan and played 3 shows over there. And that was just an amazing experience, just to get a feel. I mean, I've toured Japan before with the band, but not on my own.
Yeah.
And it was a totally different thing from, kind of the rock scene to this. So they're the highlights, but I think really getting the opportunity at Laser Highway and really getting to play live, and the feedback I've had from people that just say, "Oh, you've taken me back to my youth," or people who are actually younger who may say, "Oh, I didn't even know about this movie." Like I've got a song called Snake that's a tribute to Escape from LA.
Yeah.
And I've had people say, "Oh, I didn't even know anything about this film. I saw your clip and I looked it up and it's great." So yeah, it kind of reintroduces that genre into different people who have never really heard a lot about it.
So we're going to be playing your music video on the show called Perfecto. Can you tell us more about that song?
Perfecto is it's really I want to try to dance track that, the track that I want to hear at a club, and it's really a typical night out where you're, in my case, clubbing, and you see a girl there and you want to dance with her, and you get lost in the colours and the dream. That's what I talk about in the chorus about how perfect this girl is at this club, and you want to just get on the dance floor and connect. There's always something magical about clubs, and some of them that create this atmosphere, and it's just not about the venue, but it's also the people. It's a combination of everything, and I think, and that's the Perfecto is really, just a sort of tribute to those club nights where everything sort of goes right, and I've got the songs about being ambitious and getting the confidence to get on the dance floor and really sort of make you move. really.
And do you produce your music all by yourself, or do you work with some other people to help you kind of mix it and master it, or give you some ideas?
I tend to do it all myself. I do send it over to the drummer of King George, Michael, who's kind of been, I guess, my song producing partner in that project, and he's actually been good to just bounce ideas to come back and say, look, this is what I think. But he also actually drummed on a song called Pescadero, which is a tribute to Terminator, the Terminator movies.
Yep.
So he played drums on that, which was kind of like the first time I had someone join me on this project. But what I will say is that for the second album, I am having a special guest come join me on that as well. So but I can't say too much. Yeah.
Secret, everybody.
So, yeah.
Secret.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for being on the show today. We're going to be playing your music video right after this. And thanks for the interview and being on Infinity Sessions.
Thanks a lot, James. Appreciate your support. Thanks for supporting independent music, mate.
Welcome.
Appreciate it.
No worries. Let's say goodbye. Cheers.